Hey everyone, it's Friday, Subs Week. It's me, Angelo, and I'm here today to talk to you about interfaith relationships. So our viewer asked the question about interfaith relationships. She is a Wiccan and her husband is a Catholic. There's no real direction with the question. She just, threw out the issue of interfaith couples, and I guess, what do we think about that? I think it's fine. I've seen growing up different religions, in couples. Greek Orthodox with Colombian, who was a Catholic, then became Jehovah's Witness. I have seen Greek Orthodox with Israeli, Judaism. Jews with Catholics, I've seen that. So I've seen interfaith couples. It's nothing new to me. I think it's fine. But this is an issue. Usually interfaith relationships can pose a problem. And I pulled out my Psychology of Religion book, and I figured to myself, there's got to be a chapter about this. And there is, under the section of adult religious issues. The data are clear and consistent in showing that interfaith marriages have a much higher likelihood of ending in divorce than within faith unions do. The problem is not only that intermarried spouses often have different backgrounds and expectations, but that they also may vary in degree of religiousness. When the honeymoon is over and the spouses face the realities of married life, religious issues can take on a new importance. As noted earlier in this chapter, this frequency occurs after children are born and the new parents clash over needs for religious identification and education. One estimate suggests that religious differences are mitigated through conversion, which takes place in about 50% of marriages. The evidence suggests heightened levels of conflict in intermarriage. This is more likely to occur when there is a greater religious distance between the spouses. One is low in religiosity, while the other is strongly attached to a religious group, or each spouse is firmly committed to his or her own faith. Interreligious distance appears to have deleterious effects upon the children of such unions. The latter are more likely to become involved with drugs and alcohol. It should come as no surprise that divorce adversely affects the spiritual growth of children. Having shown that the experience of parental divorce among those who intermarry commonly eventuates in religious switching on the part of the children. So basically what this is saying here, that the problem arises in an interfaith marriage, is usually when one spouse has more, there's a different level of religiosity. If you have one spouse who is very devout in their religion while the other isn't. For example, I had a close friend growing up, the Greek, the one parent was Greek, the other one was Catholic, but that parent who was Catholic converted to Jehovah's Witness and became very involved with that, and became very religious in that, and caused a problem within the marriage, which eventually led to divorce. I don't know if the religion was a cause for the divorce, but I'm sure it was a contributing factor. So that's, for example, how if the parents one is showing a higher level of religiosity and the other one doesn't, you can cause problems, or both are having strong religious feelings. I'll just say fundamental feelings. If both parents are fundamental in their beliefs, it causes problems. I think, when people are just, kind of like about religion, they have their beliefs, but they're not fanatical about their beliefs, the relationship can work. And I think if people just have respect for one another, it's about respect. You need to respect. If you love someone, love should be able to overcome any obstacle, including religion, and you have to show respect to the other person's beliefs. And and I don't think that people should kind of isolate their partner. Let's say you have two different religious backgrounds, and you kind of let them do what they want. You each party just kind of ignores the other's religious practices, and kind of like you do your thing, I'll do my thing. I think the parent the couple should participate in one another's religion, because that will strengthen the bond between the two of them. If the people are kind of doing their own thing, separated, like one person goes to church, the other one is going to synagogue, and they're not kind of sharing the experience with another, it kind of, I think it kind of weakens the bond between the couple. And I think they really should share the religious experience. Regarding children, if you're having children, that will come up. How will you raise the children? That has to be decided and worked out on. Again, usually what I see is that when it's interfaith couples, when they have kids, usually the kids will have a dominant religion. Like, let's say, like they pick, the children will be Christian and the other parent is Jewish. The kids will be raised Christian, but there will also be times when Jewish influences come into, also be an influence. That can happen. You just have to be, you have to agree on how you're going to raise them and whatnot. Usually within the monotheistic traditions, there's kind of similar overlaps on messages and themes and teachings, so there's not a lot of confliction there over some theological doctrines, of course. Again, with more pagan and Wiccan things, that has a lot more of a taboo and barrier that needs to be broken down than with, say, a Jew and a Christian. If you're a Christian, a Catholic, and a Wiccan, usually there is more barriers, there's more stereotypes and issues you have to work through, especially with family. They may not know about Wicca and what you're doing, and may think it's something, sinister or something, but there's a lot more barriers that need to be broken down and explained. But I think if both couples have respect for one another and can be a participant in each other's religious life, then I think things can work out. As long as people are not getting fanatical and fundamental and crazed and zealous in their religion, I think things can work out fine. So those are my thoughts. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the section below. Bye.